It seems that every time we turn on the news, another story of unprecedented weather confronts us. Raging wildfires that turn skies an eerie orange, floods that swallow entire towns in a matter of hours, heat waves that shatter records. These are not isolated incidents, they are becoming the new, unsettling rhythm of our planet. For too long we have viewed these events as distant tragedies happening to someone else, somewhere else. But now, the signs are all around us. Parched fields in our farmlands, increasingly violent storms that batter our coastlines. The earth is sending us a message, a distress signal that is growing louder and more urgent with each passing season. We must listen. This is no longer a problem for a distant future. It is a reality unfolding in our lifetimes, affecting communities and ecosystems across the globe. The stories are heartbreakingly similar. Family in California losing their home to flames, farmer in Bangladesh watching their crops wash away. The sheer scale and frequency of these events are beyond anything we have witnessed in modern human history. They represent a fundamental disruption of the stable climate that has allowed our civilizations to flourish for thousands of years. We are witnessing a profound change, one that challenges the very foundation of our existence and demands our immediate and undivided attention. The natural world, a source of endless wonder and inspiration, is bearing the brunt of this crisis. Think of the vibrant coral reefs once teeming with a kaleidoscope of life, now bleached into ghostly white skeletons by warming oceans. Consider the majestic polar bears, whose icy hunting grounds are melting away beneath their paws, pushing them toward starvation. These are not mere statistics. They are the individual tragedies of countless species struggling to adapt to a world changing faster than they can evolve. Their plight is a stark reflection of our own, a clear indication that the systems supporting all life on this planet are under immense strain. The question is no longer if our climate is changing, but what we are prepared to do about it. The evidence is overwhelming, written in the melting glaciers, the rising seas, and the silent disappearance of species. We stand at a critical juncture, a moment in time where our decisions will determine the fate of not only our own generation, but of all those who will follow. Ignoring the signs is a luxury we can no longer afford. The planet has given us a home of extraordinary beauty and richness. Now it is asking for our help to protect it, and we have a moral obligation to respond with courage, wisdom, and decisive action. To understand what's happening, we must look to the science, which is remarkably straightforward. Our planet is wrapped in a delicate blanket of gases, a natural greenhouse that traps the sun's heat, keeping our world suitable for life. For millennia, it stayed in a delicate balance. Since the Industrial Revolution, humans have released enormous extra greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, mainly by burning fossil fuels, coal oil gas. That thickens the blanket, traps more heat, and produces global warming. Cause and effect. Imagine a plant greenhouse. Sunlight in, heat trapped by glass. Our atmosphere acts the same. Carbon dioxide, methane act like that glass. We add more via cars, factories, power plants, making the glass thicker. Earth's average temperature slowly but relentlessly rises. A 1 or 2 degree rise may sound small, but it can unleash chaos, disrupting long stable weather patterns. Consequences are visible everywhere. Polar ice caps are melting, glaciers are melting, meltwater flows to the oceans, sea levels rise, coastal communities face permanent flooding, warmer oceans fuel stronger storms, hurricanes, typhoons. On land, heat worsens droughts, regions become more prone to wildfires. One impact triggers another, a cascading, interconnected crisis. This is science, not opinion. Decades of research. Scientists measured rising CO2 levels and tracked global temperature increases. The link is clear. We're running an unprecedented experiment with our only home, and the results are alarming. We've altered atmospheric chemistry and begun to unravel the living world. The challenge? Halt this experiment before it's too late. In response to the growing crisis, nations around the world have come together to make promises. The most significant of these is the Paris Agreement, a landmark accord signed by nearly every country on Earth. Its central aim is to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius, and preferably to 1.5 degrees, compared to pre-industrial levels. To achieve this, countries have submitted their own national targets to reduce emissions, known as nationally determined contributions. On paper, it represents a unified global commitment, a hopeful sign. It is a promise made to future generations. Many governments have also set ambitious long-term goals, such as achieving net zero emissions by mid-century. Net zero means remaining emissions are balanced by removals, for example, planting vast forests or using new carbon capture technologies. These pledges offer a vision of a sustainable future. They suggest leaders understand the gravity and are planning a cleaner world. The language is urgent and determined. However, there's often a troubling gap between promises and actions. Leaders talk of emergencies, yet many governments subsidize the fossil fuel industry, approve new oil and gas exploration projects, and delay meaningful climate policies. Targets are frequently not ambitious enough for 1.5 degrees Celsius, and even those targets are often missed. It's like steering a ship toward an iceberg, while the crew keeps shoveling coal into the engine. This gap is perhaps our greatest obstacle. The science is clear and solutions exist, but political will to act at scale and speed is lagging. Progress exists. Rapid growth of renewables, falling costs for solar, falling costs for wind, but it's not fast enough to outpace the damage. International promises are crucial, yet meaningless without immediate, concrete, ambitious action at home. Our planet can't be saved by rhetoric alone. It requires genuine systemic change. Amidst the daunting headlines and political inertia, a powerful and inspiring story is unfolding, one of human ingenuity, resilience, and collective action. All across the world, individuals and communities are not waiting for their leaders to act, they are taking matters into their own hands. In Costa Rica, a nation has successfully run on more than 98% renewable energy for several years in a row, proving that a transition away from fossil fuels is not a distant dream, but a present-day reality. In small towns and big cities, local governments are banning single-use plastics, protecting green spaces and investing in public transport, creating healthier and more sustainable places to live. This movement is also being driven by the passion and determination of young people. Activists like Greta Thunberg have inspired millions of students to take to the streets, demanding that their leaders listen to the science and secure their future. These young voices have fundamentally changed the conversation around climate change, infusing it with a moral clarity and urgency that was sorely lacking. They remind us that this is not just an environmental issue, it is an issue of intergenerational justice. Their courage in speaking truth to power is a powerful testament to the fact that no one is too small to make a difference. The seeds of change are being planted everywhere. We see it in community-led projects to restore local wetlands and forests, which act as natural carbon sinks and habitats for wildlife. We see it in the innovators developing new technologies for clean energy and sustainable agriculture. We see it in neighbors coming together to start community gardens or join local cleanup initiatives, strengthening their communities while healing their local environment. Each of these actions, no matter how small it may seem, contributes to a larger wave of change. They are the building blocks of a new, more sustainable world, constructed from the ground up. This is where true hope lies. The first step is awareness, and the next is action. You can be part of this global movement. You can start by contacting your elected representatives and demanding stronger climate policies. You can join a local environmental group, participate in a beach or park cleanup, or sign a petition for a cause you believe in. Talk to your friends and family about what is at stake. Together, our individual actions multiply, creating a powerful collective force that politicians and corporations cannot ignore. We are the stewards of this planet, and by working together, we have the power to protect our magnificent world for all the generations that are yet to come.